Good morning, my name is Drew Gerber. I'm with Harper Turf Equipment. This morning we're going to go over and introduce the Harper Hawk to you. This is a new product for us that we're just beginning to do some demos and introduce to the marketplace here later this summer. We really focused on 4 different things with this unit. 1 was simplicity, 2 was stability, 3 was visibility, and 4 was superior pickup performance. Through the course of this video, we're going to walk through those 4 different topics and let you guys see behind the curtain to a certain extent of how we were able to accomplish these things. The first one we're going to start off with is stability. So this machine is different than our other machines where the actual physical width of the machine is wider than what the pickup is. We did that on purpose because we wanted the operator to feel in complete control as they're navigating those slopes. And so the overall width is 74 inches. The pickup width is 60 inches. So what this means is that we were able to really lower our CG, center of gravity, and so then that's where that operator comfort is coming into play and stability on the hills. You couple that with our 4-wheel drive system that we've integrated on this model, and you really have the ability to navigate the terrain, wet conditions, slopes, side hills, all those things that have been making operators feel uncomfortable or a little queasy. Now we can do that and feel very safe and secure. Next thing I want to talk about is the simplicity of the unit. Engine-wise, we use the same 24.8 horsepower engine that we use on our ATM hillside mower. This Kubota engine is also a very common engine that's utilized in this turf industry. The next part of simplicity is, and we'll get into a few more details of it, but basically we're utilizing a 2-stage system. We have the brush rotor down here and then a paddle rotor right here that is chain driven off the opposite side of the machine. By utilizing this 2-stage rotor system, we're able to eliminate a problem that vacuums often have. Anytime you have a vacuum, you have an impeller that's spinning real fast, creating that vacuum, and then all of that material and airflow is being necked down and goes through many different transitions as the material gets into the hopper. By having fewer transitions, by not having a vacuum fan that's spinning at thousands of RPMs, we've allowed it to use less horsepower. We have eliminated all those transitions, and so that material just naturally wants to flow into it. This system, like our VAX, also includes our, it's a patented recirculating air process. And so what this means, if you're not familiar with it, is that our air comes up into the hopper, and then we have screens on the top side of that hopper that allow the airflow to move back down to the brush rotor. This is the same type of technology that we use with our turf vacuums. And our engineers have been able to incorporate that into this turf sweeper as well. The other thing when it comes to simplicity that we didn't want to forget is as you have to work on these units, how do you access those areas? How do we wanted to open things up? And so that's why you see here in between the operator station and the hopper, this is where your engine, your hydrostat, your hydraulic reservoir, all those things are located. There's 3 shields that you can open up to access it all, and most of it you can get to from the top of the machine. So our engineers did a fantastic job of allowing that to be wide open for you as needed. The next point about simplicity I want to highlight is how we adjust the setting on our decks. The deck settings are accomplished by pins that are adjustable in 1/4-inch increments. There is 1 depth wheel on each side of the deck that must be changed, and they must be matching so that your deck is riding level. So there's no more tools, no more wrenches, nothing like that requires you to bring extra things out to the field to change your height. The other thing is that we have 3 large wide anti-scalp wheels across the front of the deck, and so as you are encountering the undulations of the terrain that you're undoubtedly going to encounter, this will allow you to hit those anti-scalp wheels. It picks the deck up and floats over that terrain. The other unique, cool thing that we've incorporated into this deck design is that there are 2 rubber bumpers that help support the deck weight. that means that it doesn't have as high of ground pressure as what you would anticipate that this unit would have, because that weight is being supported. Next thing I want to get into is the hopper capacity on this unit. So it's 3.5 cubic yards is what we have. It has high lift dump, which is capable of reaching the height of 6 feet. The other thing that you'll notice while we're looking at this side of the hopper is that we have 2 sight glasses on it. We have a matching pair on the other side as well, so we're allowing light to get in both sides. It allows you to see how full that hopper is getting quite easily. On the opposite side of the machine as well, we have a small door. Anytime we're out there in golf courses, the parks, the sports fields, the parking lots, anything like that, we're always going to encounter debris that's too large to be able to be picked up by the machine. We wanted to give the operators out there an opportunity and a place that they could get off the machine, put that into the hopper while they're sweeping, just making them more efficient so they don't have to come back later and pick that material up. Also, as we get in here, we're going to notice that when we talk about our recirculating air, is that you're going to notice screens that are inside of the hopper on the top side. Those screens are where our recirculating air takes place. Even though we're using a paddle system and not a vacuum, there's still a certain amount of air that is created. And so basically those screens allow the air to come back down to the deck and come along the sides of the deck and back to the brush rotor. But they're perforated so that they don't allow all of the material itself to come back and go around through that. Also in a hopper, we're going to notice that there's a Y at mounted to the very top. What this is a little bit of a diverter that allows the machine to fill, and the hopper to fill evenly. We wanted to spread that material out, and so it is filling uniformly across the whole unit. There's also a unique feature in here as well, that we have a door that can either be in the up position or the down position. It's black inside this hopper, which you'll see in just a minute. That is designed to help with the filling of the unit. So whenever you're dealing with lighter material, things like that, we want that door in an up position, which allows the hopper to fill completely. Anytime you're dealing with cores or wet leaves or things like that, anything that has any weight to it, you can leave that door down and the hopper fills perfectly fine as well. Last thing I want to talk about here this morning is visibility with this unit. I mentioned earlier that it was one of the 4 things that we really tried to focus on. So we start with these really high quality mirrors that we have on each side. It allows great visibility to see what's going on behind you. When you're sitting up here in the operator station as well, you can see you have a full 180-degree view of what's going on in front and to the sides of you. And one of my favorite things about this is that when you raise up the hopper, say you're going to back up to that truck or you're going to back up to that utility vehicle to dump your product into, without having a vacuum fan, now we can see directly out the back whenever the hopper is raised up. And so you feel really safe, and the operator feels in control of everything that's going on around him whenever he's dumping this unit. The last point on visibility I wanted to point out was that the engineers incorporated a gauge so that we know if the deck is in a raised position or the lower position. Just by the operator looking over his right shoulder, you'll see a little rod sticking there that will indicate if the deck is up or if it's down, in the down position. As far as controls go, the engineers did a nice job of laying them all out over here on the operator station so that everything is within finger's reach. Deck raise and lower, hopper raise and lower, deck hopper open and close. We have a high-low transmission, a parking brake that can be manually applied, and then obviously a throttle. Thanks for joining us here today and spending some time with us as I went over the Harper Hawk with you. I want to reiterate again the significance and the features of this product that are allowing it to pick up that odd-shaped, heavy, wet, things that traditional vacuums can struggle with at times. We really feel like we've solved that problem with this unit, and that's why we're so excited about this platform moving forward and the idea of creating a family of sweepers based upon this unit here of what you're seeing behind you. This summer we're going to be taking it out on the road, working with our dealers, hopefully some customers, and letting people ride and drive this unit and let us handle some of that toughest material that you've struggled with in the past. So Check us out. Website is harperturfequipment.com. We're going to be using the handle hashtag HarperHawk all summer long, and so check that hashtag for updates and videos, and you can always check us out on YouTube as well. Thanks for your time and have a great day.